episode 247. Good morning, everyone. This is James. Welcome to the JP8 report. President speaking right now in Tokyo. Just give you an update what's going on in the world today. You'll probably be on your way to work if you're listening to me right now. But I really appreciate it. Let's see. So we're getting started. So don't forget, if you're not already following the JP8 report, please click that follow button. And whether you're live or listening on video on demand, just click that follow button and then click that like button right beside it, which is the thumbs up. And then if you can, share or repost. Okay, I really appreciate it. It's a hard world out here sometimes, but I like putting out this information to everybody. If you have any comments, just leave me a live chat or a hard comment. So let's go with what happened on October 28th, 1775. Oh, and before I forget, it's my oldest daughter's birthday, Rebecca. She lives in Kentucky, and she should be getting her day started. But happy 28th birthday, Rebecca. We love you. All right. And then, so onward to what else happened on this day. In 1775, General Howe issued a proclamation. British General Howe issued a proclamation to loyalists in Boston to either enlist or supply the British Army during the winter. I guess they were having a manpower shortage in Boston. And then I got a letter here. It's General George Washington to Anthony White. Sir, and it's about formation of military units. Sir, I could not let Mr. White depart this camp without paying you the tribute of a letter. When I wrote you last, I thought it would not at all unlikely that he might have been one of my family before this, as I was not sanguine in my expectation of a gentleman to whom I had written before I had spoke to your son on the subject coming this way. But the last post I received a letter from him, that is Mr. Harrison, informing me of his having received my invitation, though long after the date, that he should immediately set out for this camp. Whereupon I am advised, Mr. White, as I learned by letter from a member of Congress, that 2 battalions were to be raised in the Jerseys to repair there without loss of time, being firmly persuaded that his merit would entitle him to an honorable appointment in one or other of the corps. For the occurrences of this camp, I must refer you to Mr. White, who can relate matters more circumstantially than my time or the limits of a letter, or will enable me to do. With great esteem, I remain, sir, your most humble, honorable servant, General George Washington. And to just give you a little bit of explanation about what was going on. So the Continental Congress resolved on the 9th of October, that it be recommended to the Convention of New Jersey that they immediately raise, at the expense of the continent, 2 battalions. 2 battalions consisting of 8 companies each, and each company of 68 privates, officered with 1 captain, 1 lieutenant, 1 ensign, 4 sergeants, and 4 corporals. And the citation I got here says the letter from the member of Congress has not been identified. So, this story goes down to this story goes down to this story, but it actually happened. All right. So 2 battalions were being formed in New Jersey to help in the cause of liberty. On this day, October 28, 1775, also on this day, there was the Statue of Liberty was dedicated by President Grover Cleveland, and he said, he is quoted as saying, "We will not forget that liberty has here made her home, nor shall her chosen altar be neglected." And that was from President Grover Cleveland. According to his Texas scorecard, the Statue of Liberty weighs 560,000 pounds. The weight in pounds of the Statue of Liberty and its internal frame. Wow. Okay. Remarkable things that happen in this day in history, right? Let's see. Come on. PowerPoint can be so slow sometimes. All right. So, if you haven't been on the JP8 report, I like eating at this establishment or picking up food at the establishment because it's to go only. But this is the Dalmatian Texas burgers. They're homemade smash burgers and dogs in Copperas Cove, Texas. All their ingredients are homemade, including their buns, and they're open 11 to 2 and 5:30 to 7 unless they sell out. Tuesday, which is today, through Saturday, located at Town Square behind bushes on the west side of Copperas Cove. And I recommend the armadillo burger. Look, you may say this is just another ad. I don't even charge them. I like their food. They're great. I eat there a couple times a week, and they're worth it. All right, they're totally worth it. When you go in there, if you're in the Copperas Cove area, go in there and tell Corey James from the JP8 report sent you there to get a burger or a hot dog. All right. I guess I can leave this over here. Let's see. Onward to the JP8 report. President's done speaking. Man, can you believe it? So it's 6 o'clock a.m. Central Time right now, 6:08. It is 7 p.m. in Japan at this time. Wow. All right. So before I get into the meat of the JP8 report, okay. So when I woke up this morning, I saw that the World Series Game 3 had just ended just a few hours prior to that. And it was 6-5. It went to the 18th inning. Right, longest World Series game in history. Ohtani had 5 walks for the Dodgers. He was walked 5 times. He hit 2 home runs, and he was the first Major League Baseball player in World Series history to reach base 9 times in a World Series game. So now the Dodgers are leading the World Series over the Blue Jays 2 games to 1. All right. Good stuff here. All right. So this is day 28. That's where I got my title from. This is day 28 of the Schumer shutdown. And they expect another failed vote today. In the day, believe it or not, I need to get me something to drink. Hold on just a second. Today is payday for the federal government. They will offer all 800,000 workers. Well, this is the portion that are represented by the American Federation of Government Employees. and they're insisting that the Democrats reopen the government with Republicans and get this settled, because 800,000 of their workers are going to miss a full paycheck today. Well, matter of fact, it's already Eastern time. It's 7 o'clock, so they missed their paycheck, right? Let's see. Expect another vote. Today is payday for the civilian community. Friday, October 31st is payday for the military. So as more people, I know that $130 million check went through. I hope there was more money than that had been allocated to the military, or they're going to miss the majority of their paycheck. SNAP and EBT will be ending on Saturday, because there will be no more money in those accounts. The belts are starting to tighten. All the Democrats have to do, and let's put it like this: it ain't like they're voting to open up the government. Okay. So I got the cough drop so I can moisten my throat, because I'm going to lose my voice this morning. I can already feel it. So what they're voting on in the Senate is they're voting to reach closure, and that means to avoid a filibuster, they have to reach 60 votes in the Senate. Okay, that's all that means. When the true vote comes up, after that, they can all vote no. There's 53 Republicans in the House of Representatives. So all they have to do is vote for closure, and then have the vote and let the Republicans vote for everything else and reopen the government. That's simple. It's with a Civics 101. Just know your rules and regulations and go with it, right? And so if you vote for cloture, it ends debate, and it goes to the floor of the Senate so they can vote. Easy, too easy peasy. So you got all these people that aren't being paid, and they're being required to work. It ain't like, well, I'm not going home because I'm not getting paid. Federal law says if you're a federal employee and they require you to come into work, you're working without pay. I have no idea how these people are going to pay their mortgages, pay their fuel costs or metro costs, however they get to work, groceries, bills, electricity, kids' clothes. Some of these not congressmen, I tell you what, that's another thing. If in Texas, if you don't show to vote, you don't get paid. Okay, if you leave your district area, it should be the same thing in the Congress. If you're not in D.C. doing your job, or you can be doing your job out in the community too, because your job is to be represented by your constituents. So you need to give time back to the people that vote for you. But they're not. It's not happening. And so as long as the federal government is closed, I do not believe the Congress should be getting paid. Any member, Democrat or Republican, or since they got independents or independent, should not be paid at all, and not reimbursable. It should be, they forfeit that money, right? And I don't believe that should apply to the president or the vice president, because they're in the executive branch. But Congress, yes, Republican and Democrat. Get me on my high horse there. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, right? As the president alluded to a while ago in his little speech he was doing, we are going to purchase a fleet of F-150. Japan is going to purchase a fleet of F-150 pickup trucks. There's going to be some more economic stuff released a little bit later, but yeah, they're buying some of our Ford pickup trucks to take over there. I would make a joke, but I'm not going to make a Ford joke this morning. It's too early. And then also after he did that, the Japanese Prime Minister, her name is Sine Takachi gifted the U.S. government, not the U.S. government, gifted the president for government 250 cherry trees to bring back to the United States. Now, I was trying to figure out, we already got the cherry blossom stuff, right? My daughter told me when I told her about that last time, she said, Dad, you realize they had to cut down most of the cherry trees around the reflecting pool in the Capitol. So I had no idea that even happened, but evidently Japan knew, and they voluntarily replaced all the cherry trees that they've given us over a century ago. So thank you very much to the country of Japan for doing that for the United States. While the president is downrange in the Far East, he may, when he goes to Korea, he may try to meet Kim Jong-un. As I was listening to the news before this morning, there's been no communication with North Korea about a visit while he's there. He is going to meet President Xi from China. What's today? Tuesday, day after tomorrow. They're going to meet in Busan and talk about trade and talk about, I know I wrote it down, where did I put it? Oh my goodness, I can't believe, oh, here it is. They're going to talk about TikTok, buying soybeans from the U.S. farmers, and rare earths also, a policy for rare earths. It soared the Dow Jones to a record high. It rose 337 points yesterday. It closed at 47,544 and 59 cents. Now, you say, who cares, right? It from year to date, from January 1st to now, the stock market is up 5,152 points and 32 cents. That is about 12% increase in the stock market since President Trump became president. So that's a lot. So hopefully everything's remedied. I was talking to my daughter about, I talk to her all the time. She ain't moved out, so I was engaged her in technical conversation about social media. And we were talking about maybe doing TikTok at one point, put some clips up there. So we'll see about that. Let's see, in New York, there was a poll released yesterday. It showed Mamdani leading 44, Como at 34%, and Sliwa, he was at 11%. I know what they're saying, but Curtis, I know he can pull this out. I mean, it may be close. We got the people that are he needs Mamdani people and Como people to come over to him and vote for him. He's the only way New York's going to survive. So, and to make matters worse for Andrew Cuomo, Hakeem Jeffries, he is the U.S. House of Representatives minority leader. He actually endorsed Mamdani yesterday also. He's late to the game, but he did. And so the governor of New York endorsed him, and so did the House of Representatives minority leader endorsed him also. And then you go one state to the south, in New Jersey, you have Jack Ciattarelli. He is within reach of winning. 1 week away, and he is peaking at the right time to win. Matter of fact, they were saying 12 Democratic mayors inside of New Jersey actually openly came out and said they're voting for Jack. All right. Also, on his good side, he actually was, a court cleared him yesterday to be able to sue Mikey Sherrill for defamation, and that she had accused him of being instrumental in the opioid epidemic, which killed thousands of people from New Jersey. But she accused him and of instigating it all, and he never did. He wasn't even in the company when everything started happening. He had just once been employed there, but she openly lied about his participation in it, and so now he's going to sue her about it. Let's see. Jesse Waters from Fox News was announced that he is going to be the first person to interview Erika Kirk. She's the widow of Charlie Kirk. And it will air on Fox News on the 5th of November, which is next Wednesday, the day after Election Day. And then there's going to be a Turning Point special on Fox Nation. Can't believe I'm actually, it sounds like I'm advertising for Fox Nation, and I'm not getting no money for that one either. Huh? So that should be a good interview to watch. And let's see, I talked about that, about China. There's a man arrested in the United States yesterday for posting a $45,000 bounty on the Attorney General Pam Bondi. That's crazy. Why would and the guy was described as an anarchist, so he had every intention of carrying this out totally. And the depth of hate from the left toward the right is immense. And you may ask, okay, you always see leftists out there protesting everything, right? Have you ever thought, like, well, why don't we see Republicans out there protesting and tearing stuff down and be vocal protest people or paid protest people? But have you realized a lot of Republicans have jobs, and a lot of times we're like, we suck it up and drive on top mentality, like, yeah, it's bad, I'll just beat them at the ballot box, and I'm not going to get out in front of everyone and protest. That's usually the difference between how Republicans approach protest levels compared to Democrats, because we just said, well, it'll be okay, we'll just go vote them out. And then many times Republicans forget to go vote. That's why if you are in the Republican realm, which like I am, you're always telling people, reminding people to get out there and vote, because we forget. Early vote started here in Coryell County on the 20th of October. I still haven't voted yet, and this is day 7 of early vote. I haven't even voted yet. I will. I'm going to vote early vote this week. I still got some stuff, and a buddy of mine wants me to go over to his house this afternoon or tomorrow and explain, go over the constitutional amendments we have on our ballot. Like I said yesterday, currently we have 580 amendments in the Texas Constitution, and we're trying to add 17 more, if you didn't remember from yesterday. Yeah, so some guy's in jail now because he wanted to offer $45,000 to assassinate another political leader in our country. Okay. Two attempts on the president while he was a candidate, Charlie Kirk taken out, Pam Bondi being threatened. I mean, what else is going to happen? Emerson released a poll yesterday in California for the California gubernatorial race. So this is where it stands now. Steve Hilton. He is a new citizen in our country, just from like 2 years ago, right? Right now, they reported him at 16% in this poll. Katie Porter, she's the Democrat. She scored a 15%. Chad Bianco, another Republican, scored 11. Another Republican, he was a former sheriff of LA County. He's a Democrat turned Republican. He scored 5%. And then undecided was 39%. So Steve Hilton, formerly of Fox News, and he has a passion of saving California, is actually, this is real early because you got to go through that jungle primary, and I believe that is in July of next year. But right now he's scoring 16% to 15%, and then their jungle primary, the Democrats and Republicans all run together, and they take the top two winners out of the jungle primary, and they face off in November. All right. So as long as he's in the top two people, he's good, which is good. So let's see, Texas. We'll get to Texas in just a second. Okay, the last national one I want to bring up is the Secretary of Transportation, which would be Sean Duffy, is about to take $160 million of transportation funds from California over licensing non-citizen commercial driver's license in the state of Texas. Remember, I think the number just for California was 62,000. I think unacceptable behavior on the state of California on doing something like that. And $160 million will take a bite out of stuff. Have you seen their $1 billion capital renovation program? It's stalled. And then they want to complain about the east wing of the White House. At least they're making progress in the White House. I don't know what's going on down there. Texas related. All right. So here in Texas, we Governor Abbott appointed former Texas Solicitor General. That's the senior Republican of the administration that is a lawyer, and he represents the state in the Texas Supreme Court. So his name is Kyle Hawkins, and he was appointed to Texas Supreme Court, place 7, to replace Justice Jeffrey Boyd, who retired in September. So Mr. Hawkins will be Supreme Court Justice through January 2027, when his a term of office is done, right? And then he'll have to run for election because we in Texas, we elect all of our judges, right? And from what I was reading, he's a very highly respected judge. Okay, so we're at 6:30 right now. We got that part just finished. Don't forget to click that follow button and that like button. Don't forget, please. And then I'm going to check some of my material here real quick. How many people am I up to? I don't have enough viewers yet. I'm at 4. Okay. So, in Harris County, which is where Houston is, Judge Natalia Cornelia, she created a fake court date for a mass murderer named Ronald Haskell. He's in prison in Harris County, right? So she created a fake court date so that he could get an MRI, so he could use it in his appeal for his mass murder, right? Believe it or not, she's elected also, but she got a slap on the wrist. She got a professional reprimand for doing that. She should have been referred to the Texas House for investigation and possible impeachment. Crazy stuff. And then it was reported yesterday about Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett flirting with the idea of running for the Democrat nomination for the U.S. Senate here in Texas. You already got Beto O'Rourke, and you got oh man, I can't remember his name now. And then you have Colin Allred running for the Democrat nomination. Now, the latest poll that came out that if she jumped into this U.S. Senate race, she would garner 35% of the vote, which is probably enough either to go into a runoff, or she is winning right now only in the primary. If she won the primary in Texas for the U.S. Senate, she would landslide victory to the Republicans, whoever the Republican was, because the heat she brings from everything she always talks about, right? So I hope she runs. I hope she wins the Democrat nomination, and regardless if it's John Cornyn or Ken Paxton or Wesley Hunt, one of those three are going to win. And like I told my daughter, my wife the other morning, it does not matter if John Cornyn pulls this out, and I vote for Wesley Hunt, which I really support at this time. I'm going to vote for the winner of the Republican primary, regardless. You can like me or not, I don't care. I firmly believe if you're, like I'm a precinct chair, I support the Republican Party. My job is I will support the nominee of the parties, right? Not like I'm going to thumb my nose, take my ball and bat, and I'm going to go home. I'm going to vote, and I'm going to attempt to bring as many Republican voters to the polls to vote for that candidate that won the primary, whether they campaign actively against him or not, right? So that's what I got in my outline for right now. I can't think of anything. I do know at the Alamo, the lady that led the Alamo, I think the Alamo Foundation, she was fired the other day for some actual derogatory language she used about the Alamo, and a lady named Hope, I can't think of her last name. She used to be with the Alamo Foundation. She was appointed to be the director of it yesterday by Don Buckingham. She's our commissioner for the Texas General Land Office. Dr. Don is awesome, and she's running for re-election also. So if you're listening to me and you're in the Coppers Cove area, don't forget to get out and vote. I checked the numbers last night, and through Friday, Monday through Friday of early vote, we are only at 4% turnout. All right, it's the same old in our county. It's hard for us to break 6 or 7% or 8% turnout. You got to realize we need to do 20, 25, 30% turnout for it to be effective. But right now, 1,400 people have voted in Coryell County as of Friday night. As of 26, Friday night, right? Because we don't do weekend voting in Coryell County. So Right now, 4.05% as of Friday. So today is Tuesday. So about 10:30, we should have hard numbers coming in from Coryell County on how good the early vote has been so far. So I'll be looking for that this afternoon. It's 6:35. We're going to finish up a little bit early today. I realized last night, I was telling my wife, I talk to my wife and kids all the time. It has been a little slow news day yesterday. I think it's in part because the government shut down. That's what Rachel said. And then Ann said that maybe it's also because the president is overseas and they're not attacking him as much. They are attacking him, but not as profoundly as they used to do all the time. And as soon as he gets back from Korea, it's going to happen, right? Let's see. Anything else? No comments or anything. Judge bans media for taking pictures at a federal at the Tyler Robinson case. He's the guy that murdered Charlie Kirk, and that he's also going to be able to wear civilian clothes during the court proceedings. And then another thing in Boston, Joe Biden warns democracy is at stake because Donald Trump is president. Does Joe Biden even remember being president, or did the autopin did not even brief him before they left office? We'll see. So that was my take on having fun with politics, Mr. Autopin himself, man. All right, so if you want to look for me, I should be live right now on X at James Pierce Jr. And I'm on Facebook at James A. Pierce Jr. I'm also on one of my pages. I'm live there also. You can send me an email, jp8report@gmail.com. And I want to bring up one more thing. I am trying to get to the point where I can live stream through Rumble, because I could do everything through Rumble, right? I'm trying to expand back into YouTube, right? But you can't do YouTube unless you have 50 viewers, 50 subscribers. And right now, I last checked yesterday, I have 11 subscribers. Now, if you go to YouTube looking for me, okay, but remember, I do everything through Rumble, and I'm posting on there. I started yesterday with my posting again on YouTube. So I'm going to continue posting, but they can't be live right now. So if you go to YouTube, I should have put this on something so y'all can read it. If you go to YouTube and go the JP8 report 67, the number 6 and number 7, that's my YouTube page for the JP8 report. Go on there, click subscribe, so we can get the JP8 report over on the YouTube live, so people can see it also, so we can bring the message of the JP8 report to everyone, right? As many as we can. Don't forget to click the follow button on Rumble, and then also on and click that like button, that thumbs up button. All right. So this is James Pierce with the JP8 report. I will catch you on the flip side. I'm out.